Folks, the Marvel Dice Masters Secret Wars set release is creeping ever closer. It's a super significant set for the game for many, many reasons, and in today's video, I've got some spoilers for you that are significant for Marvel fans and for fans of the game of Dice Masters. So stick around for 6 seconds, and I'll be back with some card spoilers for you. Stop what you're doing, stop right there. Yes, you, Jeff, stop what you're doing, Jeff. I can see you. Get your hand off that mouse and stop thinking about fast forwarding through this video and taking a look at just the card spoiler pictures. I know you do it. I know you do it, Jeff. I've seen the analytics. And do you know what? On any other given day, it wouldn't really bother me. You're going to do you. What can I do about that? Although what I will say is that you're missing out on my tremendous card commentary and delivered in these dynamic, luxurious Mancunian tones of mine, which are not only interesting, but are very helpful if you're trying to send a baby to sleep. So bear that in mind. But no, it wouldn't bother me. You'll do you. I know the game. It's fine. But today, don't do that. Stop and just watch this next sort of 2 minutes, because today's spoilers are being released as part of the Dice Masters vs. Cancer 2022 fundraising effort. Every year in November, the Ministry of Dice, we raise money for Cancer Research UK through the Dice Masters community. It focuses largely on a ticketed online tournament, and we're doing that again this year. That's on Saturday the 19th of November. Details down below in the description. If you're free, come and play with us. But we do other things as well, like quizzes and reveal spoilers. So if you like what we do here at the Ministry of Dice, if you appreciate getting these first look reveals of cards from brand new sets before anybody else is showing them, then consider heading to the description down below, finding the link to donate and dropping a couple of bucks, couple of quid into the pot. Contribute to the cause, because we are trying to fight cancer through playing Dice Masters. So, in fact, not just in the description, I'm going to pin it as the top comment as well so you can't escape it. And if I can figure out how to, I'll make it pop up in one of the corners right now that you can click on and go and donate. Although I don't think I can do that. But I'm going to try. Yeah, so please, before you take a look at these spoilers, consider going and donating and contributing to the effort to raise as much money as we can this year for Cancer Research UK. And remember that these spoilers are being given to you today in honour of that effort. So if you're going to watch all the way to the end and enjoy these spoilers without donating, then, I don't know, you're probably going to go straight to hell or something, I don't know. So there we go, I'm done. I've done lecturing at you and being all preachy and charity fundraising. Let's get back to the normal stuff. Yes, hello, welcome, folks. I'm Chris, this is the Ministry of Dice, and as I mentioned in the intro there just now, today's video is all about giving you some more juicy Marvel Dice Masters Secret Wars spoilers! Yes! So, let's not fanny about, let's get on with it, and let's take a look at what we've got for you today. And it's a theme video today because I am going to be giving you the Fantastic Four. That's right, they're back after a long hiatus in the game of Dice Masters. The Fantastic Four are finally making a return in the Secret Wars set. And very appropriate that they do so too, because they are very significant characters in the Secret Wars storyline. Got the whole thing with Sue Storm and the two kids getting hooked up with Doom in his weird fantasy battle world universe. We've got two Reed Richards on the go, solving the problem of the battle world situation. It's a whole thing. I won't spoil any more of it, but it's very appropriate that they are making a return in this set. And I am going to show you a little sprinkle of some of the characters that are going to be carrying the Fantastic Four affiliation. So, shall we take a look at some cards? Yeah, let's do it. Okay, on to the first one. And of course, what would the Fantastic Four be without the patriarch of the family himself, Mr. Fantastic? Here is the common Mr. Fantastic from the upcoming Secret Wars set, Mr. Fantastic Stretch. He's a 3-cost mask. He's got a stat line of 115, 226 and 227, which I think is the same as the original AVX Mr. Fantastic stats, but what I neglected to do is check before I started recording this video. Mr. Fantastic. 115, 226, 227. Yes, it is the same stat line as the AVX version. I've just checked it. Although, why am I talking about the AVX version when we've got the new Secret Wars version on the screen? So, where was I up to? Subtitle, energy, I'm on the game text. Game text reads, Team Watch, move up to 2 dice from your use pile to your bag. Now, Team Watch as a keyword is interesting. When you have this character active, when another character of the same affiliation is fielded, that's when you trigger the game text. So when Mr. Fantastic, this common version, is out in the field, when you field another Fantastic Four character, that's when you move 2 dice from your use pile to your bag. And it's an interesting game text. It's probably not quite as amazing as if you were prepping it, but it's certainly a great piece of churn, particularly if you're planning on playing a Fantastic Four team. And that's something right out the gate that I wanted to point out. You'll observe this, hopefully, as I show you some of the other cards in the rest of this video. The Fantastic Four affiliation is super focused on working as a team. Super focused. They are at their most optimal when there's several of them out in the field together, which I think is mega fun, super themey, is what they're all about. They're a family, after all. But you'll notice that as we go through. Now, what that also means is that they're possibly less competitive and much more designed for casual kitchen table players who want to make themey teams like single affiliation, or they're a way of drilling down and focusing in your drafting, so you've got a bit of a purpose. You know, if you're out the gate with a good start, if you've pulled Mr. Fantastic and you think, oh, I could maybe use his game text for a bit of decent churn, it gives you something to focus on around the draft. But ultimately, he's just a low-cost character with big defense that has an extra little element, if you're playing Fantastic Four teams, that's going to help you move the dice that you want soonest into the process fastest. But your timing is going to have to be real good to super benefit from that. But there you go then, folks. There is Mr. Fantastic Stretch, the common from the Secret Wars set. Okay, well, there you go. There was the patriarch of the family. Now let's take a look at the matriarch of the family. And Invisible Woman, we've already seen a fair number of cards from her different rarities. We've seen this common, for example, here. Also, Dr. Richards, Invisible Woman gets +1 attack for each of your other active Fantastic Four character dice. Again, just kind of highlighting what I was saying before. There's lots of these cards that are designed to work, you know, tribally with other Fantastic Four characters. This one's notable. I've mentioned it in a previous video because of the global, where you can pay a mask and force a block. A lot of people very excited to see that. We've also seen the uncommon here, Overcoming Malice. When blocking, Invisible Woman deals damage equal to her defense, which could be pretty significant if you've got her on that level 3 with 5 defense. We've also seen the super rare to date, Interdimensional Adventurer. When fielded, re-roll 2 target character dice, and all of your character dice get +3 attack until the end of the turn. So we know that there's one rarity yet to be seen. I'm sure you can see where I'm going with this, because of course, yes, I've got it. Here it is. Here's the rare. Invisible Woman, Regent of the Uhari Throne. She's a 4-cost mask, same stat line obviously in the dice, and her game text reads, while Invisible Woman is active, your Fantastic Four affiliated characters and sidekicks get +1 attack and +1 defense. So again, just yet more of that tribal synergy where the Fantastic Four characters are at their best, at their most optimal, when they are working together. And that's a really sweet game text. I mean, she's a 4-cost, so it's probably edging a little bit out of the super competitive, but the fact that you can give all your characters, sidekicks, and your Fantastic Four characters, he says, assuming you're going to be playing all Fantastic Four, but all of them +1 attack and +1 defense is pretty significant, actually. I like that one a lot because it's something you can build around. You know, again, if you draft that, that's a nice one to draft. Gives you a little bit of an edge, making your sidekick stronger than your opponents. Gives you Fantastic Four characters a little bit more oomph, and in a draft, just that extra 1 or 2 can make all the difference. So yeah, that's a great one. Really interesting card there, but again, really illustrates how the Fantastic Four is centered around working together as a family, as a team. I love it. So there we go. That's now a full suite of Invisible Woman rarities revealed. We've seen the lot. That's everything we're getting on Invisible Woman, but I'm sure you'll agree, a lot of interesting game text there. Okay, well, so you sat there probably thinking it's a 50-50 shot now where he's going next. It's the Thing or it's the Human Torch. And you'd be right. It is one of those two. But let you in on a little secret. In some of the emails that I've had back and forth with the marketing team over at WizKids, when they gave me this Fantastic Four spoiler package, it was heavily indicated that Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, is not in the Secret Wars set, which is super curious. Super curious. Even more curious when you see one of the other cards I've got lined up to show you in a bit. But what that does mean is that this next reveal is the Thing. You were right, it was going to be one of them two. And you didn't know the chances of it being Human Torch were low. So here's the common thing. What time is it? He's a 4-cost fist, and his game text reads, when fielded, KO target, shield character die. And of course, he's got the Fantastic Four affiliation, the theme of this video. He's got some big stats, some big fielding cost, lower purchase costs with big stats is definitely becoming a bit of a thing in the game of Dice Masters of late. But that game text is very, very specific spot removal there, targeting shield characters specifically. And I love that. I love that to bits. But the reason I love it to bits is because that is mega theme. Because that is referencing a specific moment in the Secret Wars storyline. A specific narrative instance where the Thing got into it with Franklin's Galactus in the main central maxi series that runs through the centre of the Marvel Universe-wide crossover event in the comic books. And of course, in Dice Masters, Franklin's Galactus is a shield character. So I love that. Super themey, mega themey stuff. I really like that. Although how useful it will be in the grand scheme of things, I don't know. How many shield characters are people playing with right now? I mean, there's some popular shield characters from Kryptonite Crisis in the mix as well. I don't know, probably too specific, but there we are. So there's the common, but I've also got another rarity to show you today, folks. And you know what? It's another exclusive, super rare reveal for you from the Ministry of Dice. It's insane, these spoilers I've got for you. And don't forget, the spoilers today are being revealed as part of Dice Masters vs. Cancer 2022. Go to the description down below or find the pinned comment. Go to that link and make a donation to help us fight cancer. All money raised is going to Cancer Research UK. But here's the thing, the super rare, Idle to Millions. This is a 6-cost this time. And in his game text, he's got the Iron Will keyword, which means he can't be KO'd unless he's been previously damaged in that turn. He's got another line of text, when fielded, roll 3 dice from your bag. And he's got a global, which is pretty sweet because it's pay a fist, once per turn, on your turn, prep a die from your bag. So he's got the classic prep global there. So there's a lot going on there, an awful lot going on. Iron Will is a pain to play against, trust me, I've been there. Back in the days when there was all those Superman characters running around with Iron Will, it was absolute ball ache because it's difficult. It's difficult to make sure you've done a bit of damage and then be able to damage them a second time to the value of their defense to KO them. So he's going to be a big, solid defender and attacker because he's going to be well hard for your opponent to get rid of. He then, when he's fielded, gives you this extra little rush of ramp, which I think is super fun and interesting. And he comes with the added value of the Prep Global, which, if you're a theme player, if you're looking at things like single affiliation events or drafts even, that little bit of Prep Global ramp is really great to help you out with your bag management and stuff and gives the Fantastic Four affiliation an edge over a lot of the other affiliations in the game. So, yeah, I think that's interesting. It's expensive at a 6 cost with the 2 fielding costs, but as we've seen, getting all the 6 costs ain't that difficult nowadays. But with Iron Will and the extra rusher ramp, yeah, I think it's an interesting one. Is it going to break the competitive meta? No, probably not. But the artwork looks really pretty, and it's an interesting game text to play around with, and I love having game text to play around with. So there you go. There's a couple of the things for you to take a look at today. Yeah, folks, I'm still here. I've still got more Fantastic Four affiliated cards to show you today. You're like, wait a minute. We've had Mr. Fantastic, we've had Invisible Woman, we've had the Thing. He's just hinted very heavily that Human Torch isn't in the set. So is it Franklin? Is it Valeria? Well, it could very well be Valerie or Franklin. They may be in the set or not. They weren't in the package I received because the next card I've got to show you is Namor. The common Namor, King of the Deep, which is absolutely stunning to me because, number one, that artwork is a picture of Namor from when he went all villainous and threw his lot in with Doctor Doom as part of the evil cabal. And number two, this guy is a filthy hound dog who has repeatedly, time after time after time, tried to encourage Sue Storm to have an affair with him and leave Reed. So, but here he is in Dice Masters with the Fantastic Four affiliation, playing nice with the good guys. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, there's probably times where they have had a team up and he's been nice and friendly and he's done his bit, but the thing that sticks in my mind is him, trying to crack on to Sue, and not just Sue, he's always cracking on to Emma Frost as well. Anyway, King of the Deep, 3-cost shield. He's got the same stat line there from AVX, 033 144 255. His game text reads, when Namor blocks or is blocked, he gets +3 attack. And he's got global there, pay a shield, target character die gets +1 defense. So, a very aggressive character. He gets a stat bump in the instance of combat. So that attack bonus only applies when someone is blocking him or he is blocking someone else. So if he's let through unblocked, for example, he won't benefit from it. So very reflective of his kind of confrontational personality in the comic books and his kind of aggressive tone and nature sometimes. He's always on the offense, is Namor there. So interesting enough, he's low cost. It's a nice little offensive bonus for the price you're paying for him. If you pulled him in a draft as part of your little Fantastic Four unit you're putting together, then you could do a hell of a lot worse. I mean, with that +3 attack, he becomes 876 on his attack stats on the various levels. So it's an interesting card for sure, but it's nice to see that we've got even more Fantastic Four affiliated characters, especially because of the card I'm about to show you. So there you go. There's the common Namor from the set. Oh, I think that's the first time we've seen a Namor as well. So there's another one for the list, folks, for those of you who track the character reveals. And yes, folks, I'm still here because I've got even more. Another one to show you. This one is super exciting for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's another character reveal. We're revealing another character from the set. Number two, it's another exclusive super rare brought to you by the Ministry of Dice. And number three, well, it's got a notable game text. So there we go. More crazy, generous exclusives from WizKids and the Ministry of Dice. I mean, why would you want to go anywhere else for your spoilers? But it's so generous. Doesn't it inspire you to be a little generous yourself? Like maybe get your wallet out or your purse out. Head to the description down below or find the pinned comment with the Dice Masters vs. Cancer 2022 link in it and hop on over to the donation page and drop a couple of quid or a couple of bucks or a couple of euros into the pot and help us with our fundraising effort for Cancer Research UK. Let's, as a community, the Dice Masters community, come together and help fight cancer. How else? What other way could you possibly want to reward the excitement that these spoilers will generate? You want to see the card? Yeah, let me show you the card. This will definitely make you feel like making a donation. Look at this bad boy. It is the Black Panther, the super rare Black Panther. His subtitle is Resisting Doom. He's a 4-cost mask. His stat line is 157, 278, and 288. And his game text reads, while Black Panther is active, if you attack with 6 or more different Fantastic Four characters, you win the game. Yes, folks, it's the alternative win condition that Jimmy was teasing months and months and months back when he came on the Ministry of Dice podcast. And how exciting is that? It's on a super rare, boo, but it's an alternative win condition. Yay! And I love it. I love it. I just love stuff like this. I mean, I don't think it's going to be particularly competitive. I think getting yourself up to a count of 6 active Fantastic Four characters, 4 different Fantastic Four characters, is a long lead-in time, and we know that there's some big, hitting, high-paced stuff in the meta right now that just won't be able to compete with. But as a bit of kitchen table, casual fun, I love it. I love super rares that are playable, that you can build teams around, but aren't going to just massively disrupt the meta and everybody's got to have it. I mean, look at what's going on right now with your super rare Master Mold and your super rare Wonder Womans and the like, where people are trying to desperately get hold of the cards. Although it sounds to me like they're all in North America. I don't even think there is a Master Mold in the UK. But anyway, there you go. So yeah, it's a super rare that's playable. It's fun. It's got the opportunity to build teams around, but it's not like a absolute must-have. And I'm loving the fact that we're getting alternative win conditions in the game. Now, a couple of quick notes. Number one, don't bombard me in the comments. Don't start slinging me messages left, right, and centre on our Discord about the dice. Yes, it is a Thanos dice. I checked with WizKids. It's not a mock-up. I'm not using like a production mock-up here with a different dice image. That is the dice that's being used for Black Panther in the set. I know it's a Thanos dice, and I got the politician's answer when I asked for an explanation around that. So go pester WizKids, please. I don't know what's going on with that. Number two, the shrewd mathematicians out there will have probably already realised that I've not shown 6 Fantastic Four characters today. In fact, if you go check out the spoilers, which you can do, all the release spoilers so far to date are on BrickRoller6.com in our unreleased set spoilers gallery, you'll notice that there's only 5 Fantastic Four characters been revealed so far. And I'm sorry to report, that's it. That's your lot today. I can't show you the other Fantastic Four characters from the set. But what I can tell you is that we have seen one of the characters with the Fantastic Four affiliation already. It's just that one of the other rarities has got the Fantastic Four affiliation. And the other is on a character that's not ready to be revealed yet. So, oh, did you hear that on my shelf? My Spider-Man and Molecule Man figures fell over in shock. In shock and excitement and anticipation to find out who those other 2 Fantastic Four affiliated characters might be. Who knows? So, there you go. I'll pick them up later. Put them back in a little display. So, there are 6 available characters to use with the Black Panther. Obviously, those that I've shown you today have got Fantastic Four affiliation across all their rarities, even though I've only shown a handful of the rarities today. But there are other characters in the set that carry the affiliation that are going to allow you to get up to that 6. And of course, if you're playing Golden, you can throw a Johnny Storm Human Torch in the mix for funsies as well. So yeah, great alternative win condition. I know that'll get a few of you talking. How exciting to see stuff like that going on in the game. It's awesome, isn't it? So there we go. That's your lot. There's all the Fantastic Four character reveals I've got for you today. Don't forget that these spoilers have been revealed as part of the Dice Masters vs. Cancer 2022 fundraising effort. I've said it enough times through this video. Go to the link, drop a couple of quid, couple of bucks, couple of euros in the pot. Help us raise money for Cancer Research UK. Otherwise, keep an eye out on BrickRoller6.com. In our unreleased set spoilers gallery, I'll get those pictures uploaded when I get a free minute following the release of this vid, so that you can go and pore over those and look at them in context with all the other spoilers that have been released so far. Otherwise, I've got some more lined up in the chute, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and you hit the notification bell. But until then, I'll see you over at the Ministry of Dice podcast, over at BrickRoller6.com, or around these parts on our YouTube channel sometime soon. Thanks for watching, folks. Have a great day.